Hello everyone, I learned something very interesting today and I want to share it with you. If you're a pet owner, your pets or pet are what they call a natural medium or natural mediums, which I thought was interesting because natural mediums is a phrase I exclusively use to describe your mom.
Bruh.
However, I guess it has two meanings, and the other one is if you have a pet, they are a natural medium for a previous pet that you may have owned or rescued, whatever. It's kind of like a convoluted version of reincarnation, but really it's a great concept to explain and put in someone's head so you can essentially steal their money. What am I talking about? Well, maybe you've heard the economy isn't in a good place. You may have seen things like the falling share price of Uber and Lyft and DoorDash, and a general feeling that certain aspects of our economy are falling apart, namely the gig economy. There's a ton of layoffs happening right now. It's kind of a scary time, but don't worry, because there is a way you can make money. And that, my friends, is becoming an animal communicator. It's not necessarily a psychic medium, or you might be. But if you are an animal communicator, as they call it, you specialize in contacting pets who have passed, which, if you believe in that kind of thing, good for you, I guess. I don't think there's anything wrong with believing in it. But if you're maybe, a content creator that puts out content like this, all with the intention of funneling people into your psychic OnlyFans, where you charge people for live readings or maybe private readings, whichever, I think that's pretty genius. What a way to circumvent having an actual job, because a lot of people have pets. A lot of people have dead pets. And yeah, wouldn't it be great to just talk to them one last time? If you just go through some of these hashtags on TikTok, I don't want to point at any specific creator because the probability that any of you believe in this kind of thing is probably very high because you're stupid. No. I went down a little rabbit hole researching this, and don't be offended by that because some of you may know rabbit hole as a nickname for your girlfriend's vagina, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a long list of hashtags. Well, it's not really a long list, but it is a list of them. It's things like animal communicator, animal medium, and it's filled with people who claim that they can communicate with dead animals. Again, which is genius because these things can't talk. So the pressure to communicate a message is so low. The bar is non-existent. A lot of them say things like animals don't communicate with words. They communicate with images and feelings. Holy fuck. How smart is this? You just prey on old people who miss their blind dog that they put down 4 weeks ago, and they say, geez, I would really love to talk to Sparky again. And you're like, I can do that for you for a nominal fee of $150, and I'll get it done in 15 minutes. And wait, I'm getting an image. I'm seeing a fire hydrant. What does that mean? He used to pee on a fire hydrant? Same old dog, still looking for a place to pee because he's blind. He needs you to lead him to the astral fire hydrant so he can pee again. Yeah. So my Venmo is Spirit Creator. Now, on the subject of reading and reading things and maybe connecting with things that you shouldn't supposed to, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, which is NordVPN. You all know how I feel about going raw online. And if you're not using protection, you should. And something that can protect you is NordVPN. What NordVPN does is it secures and protects your internet browsing so your internet service provider can't snoop on what you're doing. Or if you're perhaps logging into your bank account in a public airport Wi-Fi, no one can hack you while you're doing that, and a lot of other uses as well. It's very easy to use. Once you install it, you literally just click, one click, and you're connected to a protected, anonymized server for your entire internet session. They got over 5,500 servers in 60 different countries, so there's a ton of places you can connect to. Maybe you're traveling and you want to connect back home to access some content, or maybe you're at home and you want to connect to somewhere else and access some content. Love Island, you can do that. NordVPN also offers a double VPN, and for all my nerds, yep, you know what that means. You can double bag it. That means you can route your traffic through 2 VPNs for double the encryption. So if you're going raw online, you can protect yourself now by going to nordvpn.com/Noel Miller. And if you use my code, you can get a 2-year plan with a huge discount and 1 month free. Again, that's nordvpn.com/Noel Miller. You can get a 2-year plan with a huge discount and 1 month free. And right now, Nord is offering their Nord Security Bundle deal. And what that means is you can choose from a variety of plans that suit your security needs. No matter what plan you choose, you still get that bonus month free. So what are you waiting for? Stop going raw online. Sign up for NordVPN. All right, let's get back to it. You know, I at least respect people who put themselves forward as like a psychic medium for humans, because that's fucking ballsy to charge someone and then be like, I'm going to communicate with this dead relative and I'm going to tell you things that they may or may not have said. I actually, you know, in researching some of these people, I have come across some of these creators, these TikTok creators who claim to be animal communicators. They have YouTube channels where they live stream them doing readings, and I've watched a few, and it's pretty impressive how good they are at bullshitting people. The phrases they use are ultra generic, you know, like they'll kind of look to the ceiling and be like, oh, your uncle, he said he wishes you were proud of him. And then they, you know, it's like there's a lot of leading questions and such. That takes a bit of, you know, takes some moxie. You got to be kind of bold to do that in real time. You know, you're improving a dead person. That is, it's crazy. But, you know, also if you're like maybe a improv actor who's out of work, this might be for you. You might make a bag, because some of these prices are way higher than feet pics. And I would argue the job it's easier in some ways. Yeah, I'm getting carried away from the point. I don't necessarily respect charging stupid people to communicate with dead people, but I do respect the boldness there. Again, it just takes a certain amount of confidence, blind confidence, to work yourself up to do that. That is kind of impressive. But even then, you know, I still want to take a chunk out of you guys and say that in an era where you can just Google someone's name and research like half their family, it's probably a lot easier to be a psychic medium. You know, you're basically doing an individualized Twitch stream where you're, you know, might be on Zoom with someone and you're like, your last name is... Yes, I'm getting a feeling here. You have a cousin and you ate at California Pizza Kitchen 2 weeks ago. Yes. Yeah, their dead aunt was there with you guys. Yeah, eating that shitty pizza. In spirit, of course. She couldn't actually eat the pizza, but oh, she wishes she could taste that pizza with you. Anyways, doing that is bold. But the pet thing it's one of the smartest scams I think I've seen in a long time. You know, there's really no end to the depth that you could take this. Can you really get a pet reading wrong? Maybe. If you just take a quick glance at a couple of these hashtags, and you just, you know, maybe 4 or 5 scrolls deep, all the people who claim to be able to do this and, you know, offering this service, all of their eyes are bigger than dinner plates. They all look like they're on ecstasy, and they are. They're on the ecstasy of stealing people's money. They have that confidence. It's the same confidence and vibe that you get from like a shitty car salesman or someone selling a bullshit product in the mall, you know, like a mall kiosk trying to rinse you for your money. Like a lot of these people feel like they used to sell timeshares, but that's obviously out the window. So now they do this from the comfort of their own home, and it's easy. These people don't seem to be living badly. Now I'm throwing out words like scam and so on, and that's pretty polarizing because that assumes a stance on the whole thing, right? What I believe. That's what I believe. I think they're scams. But, you know, these people aren't necessarily bad people, right? Some of them are just only children who can't deal with the fact that they're not special, so they found a superpower. And to their credit, they're making it work. Others, they're well-intentioned. You know, they really want to help you out. They respond to questions all the time, you know, offering more information. Like, well, are dead pets mad when you put them down? Yeah, I've seen one medium specifically address that. The question on TikTok was, do they get mad at us for euthanizing them? That's very painful. And the medium goes on to, you know, say no. And
they're not concerned about their pain. They're not concerned with what's going on with them. They're only worried about, why are you upset?
whatever. It doesn't matter. They could literally say anything, and the answer is sort of inconsequential. There's actually a great moment here where one of these psychic mediums, I'm looking at it right now, they took the time to respond to the user Ghost Come. Yeah, how nice is that? Out of all the people who left a comment, they chose Ghost Come. And that to me shows really the charitable spirit that some of these mediums have, that they don't discriminate. They're willing to engage anyone who's willing to talk about this subject. Now, in my short run of research, there were a couple of things that I found amusing. One was the loose Bible of how animals can communicate to you from the other side. All you have to do is take a little bit of mushrooms and pay one of these people just a nominal fee of $150.
And I keep seeing the emoji that's like this hand and this hand. So I keep seeing his paw and your hand making this emoji. And there's this feeling of he has touched you.
And again, you can get all the messages from dead animals that you want. Well, that you want within that 15 minutes. And if you want to come back for another 15-minute reading, you can pay another $150 and they can just keep that thing going. And as long as you feel the need to communicate with your dead animal, they can keep talking to you. In this loose Bible, again, they kind of mention like images and feelings, but some of them go deeper. One of these creators, they start naming specific things like animals can affect metal. And that means coins. So your dog, I guess, can flip and move and affect coins, which is awesome to know in a world where we don't really use physical currency anymore. That's great. In a time where everyone is using Venmo and Cash App and Apple Pay, it's good to know that now dogs can communicate through coins, and cats, whatever animal you may have had. We don't discriminate here at animalreadings.com. We don't discriminate. We, for a nominal fee of $150, we can communicate with any of your dead animals, any of them at all. Gophers, hamsters. Your hamster, you might think it was mad at you when you put it up your ass during that orgy, but rest assured, it's not mad at you. We talked to it. It's actually quite happy with that. It feels very good about that whole thing, and it's proud of you for being so sexually open and willing to explore who you are as a person with other people. Yeah, that's what it told us. Yeah, so you can, again, our Venmo is SpiritCreator420. This same person goes on to say that animals can communicate with us through technology. And she says, have you ever received a blank text message? That could have been your dead dog. She didn't ghost you, bro. It's not that you're ugly or annoying. She just sent an empty text message on accident because it was actually your dead dog trying to communicate with you. Yeah, that's what that was. Who is getting blank text messages? I've never had that. Maybe some of you had. She points out other things like a candle arbitrarily raising its flame, or your radio getting more staticky out of nowhere.
Does the radio get staticky when it's not even on? Don't overlook these signs, guys. They are your pets saying, hey mom, hey dad, I'm okay, I'm safe, and I am happy.
This is clearly aimed at Gen Z, right? The radio, coins. Yeah, these all sound like the target audience of TikTok, right? Which is young people. Yeah, definitely. It's young people who are wanting to engage a psychic reading for their dead dog, right? But let me just calm down. Let me dial back the snark. Basically, when you go down these hashtags, there's a ton of gold. The way these people present the testimonials of their experiences and their successful experiences communicating with dead animals, it's hilarious. They'll put out things like, I had a client session yesterday and I was communicating with their dog and I kept hearing the phrase, good boy. And it turns out that owner would tell their dog, good boy, all the time. And their dog is still being a good boy in the spirit realm. There's another great testimonial here that is literally just like, it's an emoji conversation. It was like a format that we saw on TikTok, like, in the middle of the pandemic, maybe before. So, this also makes me believe that you can definitely communicate with dead animals. The whole thing is obviously a sham. And I say obviously because it's just the qualities and the behaviors that they call out of supposedly these animals who have passed are so painfully generic. earlier when I was talking about natural mediums, not your mom, but perhaps your pet being a natural medium. One of these people on TikTok put forward that, you know, if your current dog kisses your face a certain way and it reminds you of your past dog, that's your past dog communicating and interacting with you through your current dog. No, it's not. It's that dogs are dumb and they can only interact with you in a specific amount of ways. All right? The likelihood that your dog kisses your face like another dog or maybe a past dog is 100% because they can only do it one way. All right? And that's putting their tongue on your fucking face. There's another example, like maybe you had a cat and it liked to jump in your bathtub. I would reason that if you have a dead cat and you get another cat and you happen to have a bathtub, the probability that the new cat likes to jump into the bathtub like the old cat is 95%, because that's just what cats do. They fucking suck. Now, even though I've sat here and I've said that this whole thing is a scam and I don't believe it, that doesn't change my original point, which is I think it's genius. I think it's a great way to make money. Again, you can't f it up. If you're doing psychic readings for like dead humans, I mean, there's so much complexity. There's so many layers to a human being, but dogs and cats, I mean, they eat, sleep, shit. They make one noise. Their behavior is very predictable. So I think if you read enough books, you could probably predict the behavior of anyone's past dog or cat or fucking parakeet, whatever. Now, you know, I'm sitting here saying it's a scam, you know, and I'm saying very, you know, harsh things. And regardless of my personal opinions, you know, maybe one of these people can surprise me. And you know, my original point still stands. It's a genius job. You can predict the behavior of any dead animal, right? Except Harambe. We did not know he was going to do that to that kid. That was, well, actually, that probably was predictable. Actually, I wonder if we could get one of these people to speak to Harambe for us, you know? What would actually be awesome is that image that the internet has been building of the pearly gates that started with Harambe, you know, and then they added like Paul Walker and Gilbert Gottfried and, you know, all these, you know, dead people. If you could imagine a psychic medium communicating with everyone in that image, you know, we could know what they're all thinking, you know, as they all stand up there in those clouds. How do they feel right now? What are any of them feeling, seeing in our future, in themselves? Wait, I'm getting a reading now. It's from Harambe. Hold on. He said, I'd have done it to the kids' parents too if they fell in. Damn. That is dark, dude. Wow. Some of you may believe in this kind of thing, and that's all right. I personally don't. Maybe some of these creators would challenge me and say, I can communicate with a dead animal if you would like me to. So I'll put this out there. I had a fish. Yep, I had a fish as a kid, like many other kids, and it died, and me and my mom flushed it down the toilet. And we laughed. We laughed as we watched it going down the drain because it looked funny. And to whatever psychic, you know, animal communicator that may be bothered by what I'm saying, I would like you to tell me, what was that fish thinking spiritually? What was my fish's spirit doing when me and my mom were laughing at its little body just down the drain? I have a feeling this may be a bit of a controversial topic, so if we need to dive into it again, maybe we will. But until then, I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, goodbye. I didn't come here to play, nah, I came with a plan. I'm the star inside my circle, I'm the pentagram, whoa. Making sacrifices just to get the lamb, oh. I'm trying to see how fast that hurricane go. Eyes burning, no sleep, hustle is OD. Collecting heavy notes, call that keeping it low key. What I'm doing right now, I schedule